Ladies and gentlemen, powerful vaginas of all ages, today I'm here to talk to you about the awesome multiplayer experience that is Evil Dead. So today I want to talk about one thing, countering the basic unit possession meta that we're seeing all over the place. So I'm going to talk about the Hunter class in general, and specifically Ash Williams from Evil Dead 2. So I'm going to tell you guys where I spend my points, explain why I spend them there, and then I'm going to show you some examples of it working in-game. And I just want to mention that this doesn't necessarily need to be a max 25 build. You can actually start working towards this build earlier on. Just make sure you put some points in these key early things that'll make your life a lot easier. Now, first and foremost, we're going to put only 1 point into long shot just to open up our tree. That's going to increase the range of ranged weapons by 5%. And keep in mind, this build is not maximum damage in any way. It's tailor-made specifically to save your team from possessed units. That being said, I am going to put 4 points into hollow points, which will increase my rage damage by 25%. Now, that means you're not going to be topping the charts when it comes to damage. Well, maybe you still will. Who knows? But you're going to be a lot more valuable to your team. Speaking of which, you want your next 3 points to go into Fear No Evil, reducing fear from all sources by 20%. And this is a really important one. This is something that you can spec into early on if you still want to rock this build and you're not really at max level yet. It's really important that you do not get feared, because if you're feared, you can't help the rest of the team deal with those possessed units. Furthermore, you're also going to want to put the 2 points in I Ain't Afraid of No Trap, which reduces the amount of fear received from demon traps by 25%. Moving on to the Hunter Standard, you're going to want to put 6 points in Staying Power and Artful Dodger respectively. So you're going to be gaining 25% increased stamina, and your dodges are going to cost 35% less stamina to execute. So that's where you can see like these non-stop crazy combos of like 7 dodges in a row where the demon just cannot hit you no matter what they do. And that's really important whenever they're possessing the units, of course, including the bosses. But while you're doing those dodges, you're going to want to intermittently be doing damage as well. So with 3 points in Deadly Up Close, you're going to increase your range damage by 25% for enemies that are within 16 feet. And why that and the next 4 points are very important is because the weapons that we're going to be using are either the boomstick or the double barrel, which means you're going to be up close and personal anyway. And on top of that, the next 4 points into Last Chance are going to increase the damage of your gun by 30% whenever you're firing your last bullet. So since we're using 2 guns that only have 2 shots per, that means every other shot is going to do 30% extra damage. Now finally, we have Quicker Cooldown. 2 points in that gives us a 10% reduction to our personal skill, which equates to 6 seconds off, bringing it down to 54 seconds. Now that might not seem like a big jump, but it's really important because Ash's personal skill is where it's at whenever you're dealing with possessed basics. So here it is, Exorcist. Every 54 seconds, because we're following this handy guide, we're going to be able to exorcise a demon from a possessed basic unit, instantly killing it, and if any of our teammates are possessed, we can use this and it just shoots the demon right out of them. They don't get a chance to do anything. Now on top of that, you are able to use this on elites and bosses, and when you do, it doesn't shoot the demon out right away. It actually reduces their energy by 15%, which actually isn't that big of a deal, and I haven't really used it that much to any great avail. You're really going to want to save it for your teammates and for possessed basics especially. Next, Ash gets Treasure Hunter, and this allows you to see supply crates through walls at close range. Now, close range, I don't know the exact amount, so forgive me there, but it's a significant range. Like, you're never going to miss a crate whenever you're playing Evil Dead 2 Ash. Now, this ability is basically one of the best in the game. It's second only to maybe Ed with his just giving everybody better loot. And of course, it's super important because you are going to need your pink F as soon as you can to dump those points into both stamina and ranged attack. And finally, your last 2 abilities go hand in hand. I'm the guy with the double barrel, means you start with the double barrel, and Weapon Master double barrel means you do more damage, attack faster, do more balance bar damage, and more dismemberment damage. I'm not sure of the exact values because it's not really listed anywhere, but it's something to the tune of about 20%. So it's not an insignificant figure, and basically you're always going to be wanting to use the double barrel unless you happen across a boomstick that is just like way higher in all the stats. Go ahead and take that because you're going to get more out of it. Now, I'm going to crunch a few numbers for you guys just so you have an idea of how strong you're really going to be here. Your range damage is going to have a flat increase of 25%, and whenever you have anybody close to you, your range damage is going to do 50% more damage, and every other shot close by, you're going to actually be doing a grand total of 80% more damage, which is huge. Your fear is going to be reduced by 20%, and fear from traps is going to be reduced by 45%. So bottom line, what I'm saying is this build right here is pretty much the most you could ever possibly hope to counter against this whole basic unit progression thing that's going on right now. Personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I do play a lot of demons, so I kind of know like how it works on both sides. However, it can be annoying. With Evil Dead 2 Ash here, you're gonna be able to pretty much stop any basic possessed unit, but on top of that, you're not gonna get feared yourself, so you can't get possessed if you're, careful. But you're also gonna stop your teammates from getting possessed. So it's all about stopping the possession, no matter what it is. It's all about stopping the possession, because you still have the damage to take down possessed elites, and you still have the damage to take down bosses on your own if need be, because you have so many dodges at your disposal as well. So that's that. That's the build. I hope it helps you guys out just a little bit. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below. How do you deal with this basic unit possession, etc.? And what do you want to see for the game in the future? Because I'm telling you, I can't stop playing, and if you're here, neither can you. So as always, everyone, I'm TG, and if you like what you saw, you know what to do.